Hey guys, James Erickson here, also with my brother Andres Erickson.
Hi guys, and today we are talking about not a port of Splatoon, not Splatoon DLC, but Splatoon 2. Our dreams came true, and it's actually happening. So we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about our impressions, about things we saw.
It's like an overview, analysis of the trailer, and even gameplay we saw from Nintendo Treehouse and others. So let's get on right into it. First things first, before you discuss anything, explain your first impressions of the trailer when you first saw it. I mean, we already had a video put out of our reactions, but what were some quick thoughts that you were thinking as you were watching the trailer?
I was just really excited when they were starting to cover it, but as soon as they started showing new things and you could tell the difference in the graphics and the different weapons, like that dual thing, and I was just like, my heart was pounding so fast because I was so excited. Because my excitement died a little bit just because it had been some time. They didn't really show anything, and I was like, oh, okay, it's just going to be a port with some extra stuff. But as soon as they showed Splatoon 2 at the end, I was like, oh my gosh! I was so freaking excited.
Yeah, you're right. After they showed us the first glimpse of it, when was that? For the trailer of the Switch.
Yeah.
People were saying that it is most likely an enhanced port of Splatoon, and so I think some of the hype did die down slightly. We weren't expecting this, and then we saw the Splatoon 2. First of all, like when it just started, I was just getting so hyped. And as the trailer kept going on, I was like, what is this? This is so new. This isn't Splatoon. Like, this isn't the first one. And then they said Splatoon 2 at the end, and I was like, that seals the deal right there. This is the second installment of Splatoon, and I'm freaking excited.
I think one of the big indicators that told me that this wasn't just a port was when the Inkling was doing that dodge thing. I was like, okay, what is going on? Because that was really different.
Yes. And I thought, like, when I would look at the pictures from before, you know, and some people would say, this is a port or whatever, I would look at it and think, I don't think so, because of the new animations when they come up from the ink, it looks different. I don't think they would put that much detail into a port. And we see with, like, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's all the same animations, it's all the same stuff, just with new characters, and we'll get into that in our discussion for that. But this is entirely different, and there's so much I can say about this. But let's just go first into the Inklings. Let's kind of analyze the Inklings. We see new clothing, we see new hairstyles, many different hairstyles, and then the new animations from when they come up from the ink and stuff. What do you think about some of the hairstyles and the clothing? I guess you can see.
I really like them because I really like customization in games, and Splatoon was very light on customization, but all these, I don't know, it's all very, very cool. I can make my Inkling all stylish and punky or a dork, so that's good.
Do any of the specific hairstyles stand out to you, or any of them your favorite?
The one I like, I mean, I feel like a little cliche boy when I say this, but like the spiky, like 3 spiked hair, I think is really cool in the guy. And then that emo girl hair with the hair like half in front of her face, I think that's really cool. I really like them all. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I actually really do like the spiky haired one too. And then I thought the I guess from what we see now, because what was it, the two that are gonna be in front of the box art are the girl with the short hair, and then the kid, the boy with the spiky hair. I thought the short-haired girl was really cool looking.
Yeah, I actually really like that picture they chose for like their main picture.
Yeah, because honestly, I didn't care for the box art of the first Splatoon.
Neither did I.
And I think it was just because orange and blue all over the place didn't go really well. But the box art for this one looks so good.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like complete new Splatoon, I guess.
With some pizzazz.
Pizzazz. And then I thought, you know, I think it's just because they put out Splatoon, the first one. They did, you know, just to see how successful it was. It was super successful, and now they can add even just little things that they wanted before, like different hairstyles, and now just the animations coming up from the ink. They can make it more personalized, more of like a characterized a game with its own personal characteristics and stuff like that. I
They
think
gave
that's
more
really cool.
personality to the Inkling.
Right, exactly. So that does that. Let's go on into the graphics and the look of the game. Something I do want to point out that I thoroughly enjoy about sequels is that when it comes to sound effects, like when you get your special, or when you're shooting your gun, or when you're walking around, or when maybe even when you move menus around and stuff like that, they kept the same sounds from the first one.
Yeah, they did. Most of them, not all of them, though.
Right, most of them. The ones I feel like are important to make you feel like, yes, this is Splatoon.
Yeah.
They kept, and I think that is really good when a sequel can keep some important sounds from the first game, because you feel like this is an amazing, different game from the first installment.
Yeah.
But it still feels like the game I love because of some of the sounds that are the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I get it.
Like you said, not every sound was different, and one thing I picked up that was different is when you splat Inklings, they make different sounds, which is good. I think that's a change that you need.
Right.
What did you think? There was only really one song we heard, and sometimes I get nervous about new songs, especially in a game like this where the music is important. What did you think about the new song that was the main song of the trailer?
I don't remember it too much because I was distracted by what I was seeing. But I remember it fit for Splatoon. It wasn't anything too crazy or out there. Like, it was fitting and it was enjoyable. But there was another one I heard, I think in one of the gameplay videos or something different, that a rendition of one of the older songs, but also it added its new stuff, which I really liked because it was like,
oh yeah,
the new Splatoon, but it's still us guys. I don't know, it was good. I liked it.
The last minute of Turf War was the same song, but it was remixed.
Yeah.
And I heard that a few times, and then the music when you lose or win is the same song, but they're also remixed. I think it's slowed down even a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
I was watching a lot of gameplay from Treehouse and IGN today because I had nothing else better to do.
I know. I didn't get to see too much, but I saw some of it.
Another thing I wanted to point out is the map. The map that you used to have on the gamepad is now a button click away.
Oh, right. That's right.
And that, I was so happy to see that. I was sure they were going to do that because it makes too much sense. If you're not going to have a gamepad screen, then you just need a button click away to view the map. And I was super excited about that.
And they also, I don't know if you're going to talk about this later, but I didn't think about this yesterday, and you're like, duh, you're going to be like, duh, but they have motion controls, which is good.
Yes.
I saw that in one of the gameplay trailers, like, oh, thank God, in the tutorial thing.
I was slightly nervous, just a little bit, because there were only rumors coming out, and there were no confirmations of actual motion controls, so that was a relief.
Yes, it was.
Because I've gotten used to that. I love the motion controls, and I think you have said the same thing.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the same without the motion controls.
Right, I absolutely agree. And the ability to have the map with a button click away, and squid jumping and stuff like that, it's all coming back. It's all used the same. I'm super excited about that. Mm-hmm. But it makes me think of like the Ink Strike. But we don't know if that's going to come in, and that goes right into what we want to talk about next is the weapons. And let's kind of let me restart this trailer. But let's talk about the weapons. What they were brought back and what is new. And first of all, we see some of the weapons we've seen so far brought back are the Splatter Shot and the Splat Charger and the Roller. And on one of the pictures, I did see a heavy Splatling, or what I think was a heavy Splatling, but the tank on it was turned a different way, like the Hydra Splatling's tank. Did you see that?
I didn't. I saw a Splatling, but I don't remember anything special about it.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw it and I was like, that looks like a cross between a Hydra, and maybe when I edit the video, I'll put in the picture here.
Yeah.
If I can find it, but that was interesting. But what are some things you noticed about the returning weapons?
The main thing I noticed was the Roller when you, what do you call it? spray them, splash them,
fling it.
Yeah, I thought it was just one type of weapon or some kind of special thing, but it looks like all the rollers are now flinging like long ways instead of wide. Which for me, I hate going against rollers. I am very salty against rollers. That's like much more fair, I feel like. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know.
Well, actually, they do both now.
Oh, dang it.
I was watching one of the I think it was Nintendo Treehouse. He was going through what the roller does now. And he said when you're standing there and you fling the roller, it does the horizontal, it inks horizontally. But if you jump and press it, then it does the vertical. And it goes farther.
Oh, yay. Well, that's okay. Good for the rollers.
And did you notice anything about like the Ten Attack, or not the Ten Attack, just the Splattershot Junior, Splattershot Junior that wasn't even in there? Do you have any thoughts on the Splattershot? Is what it's called. I'm
looking at a picture now. It looks a little bit different. Is it different or is that just me? There's like a little screw-on cap on the back. Do you see that?
I think that might have been on the old Splattershot. But I think you're just well, you're probably looking at it and seeing it as new because the design of the Splattershot, also with the splatter charger or splat charger, whatever it's called, and the roller are very different now.
They look different, yeah.
Right, the design has changed, and I think that's good because this is a new game. This is not the old Splatoon.
Right.
So I think when you go into a sequel, it's good to have good different designs. The thing about the Splat Charger, they did change something about the Splat Charger, and apparently, when you charge your sniper all the way up, you can save that charge while you're going through the ink.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, you can save it because when I was watching Nintendo Treehouse, the guy was explaining that. So you can charge it all the way without shooting, and then I guess you can go in your ink for I think a small amount of distance. I don't remember, but then you can get back up and shoot, or maybe you can save it there too. But that was different. They were making a comment as to how that can be. You can maneuver more than you could in the first one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess it makes it a different feel. You have more options, and what you can do with the roller and the Splat Charger. Let's go into the new Dualies.
Dualies.
What did you think when you first saw the new weapons? I think they're called. Gosh, what were they called?
I don't remember.
They were called something Dualies, something like that.
Dualies.
But it's a dual weapon. What did you think when you first saw that, and what do you think about it?
I thought that was pretty cool. I was actually, when I saw it, I was surprised that they didn't already have that, because it seems like a basic kind of weapon they would have had before. But I like it. I think it's cool. I'm gonna be trying it out.
It makes me think of Tracer.
Yeah, I was thinking of Call of Duty for some reason.
That's true. The dual pistols.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it comes with the dodge roll, which is freaking awesome.
Right. So that is only for that weapon.
Right. So while you're shooting, here's what you can do with the new weapon, the Dualies.
I want to say dual squelcher, but that's not what it is.
I knew the name all day, and right now I'm completely. Let me.
I know. I was gonna say look it up just so we know what it is.
No, seriously.
Dual Splat Dualies.
That's what I thought it was. Okay.
That's a
so
weird
the
name.
Splat
Dualies.
I thought that's what it was called.
So
here's actually how you use them. So when you shoot them, there's two separate crosshairs when you're shooting them. And when you're walking around, you got two separate crosshairs. While you're shooting, if you press the jump button, that's how you dodge roll.
Roll dodge. So you can never jump? What if you have to get up somewhere?
Well, if you're not shooting, I'm sure you could jump.
Oh, right.
In fact, I saw someone do that.
Right.
But if after you roll dodge, let's restart this. After you roll dodge and you're still holding jump, I guess. You
Yeah.
plant yourself in one spot where you can't move, and then you turn both guns, so there's one crosshair, and you shoot faster.
Nice. That's OP.
So that's kind of what I was almost thinking, but they seem pretty good at balancing their weapons and stuff. I'm sure
Yeah,
they
I'm
had
sure
to
it'll
go
be
through
balanced.
many balance changes with that. But you also can't move. From what I remember seeing, once you have one crosshair and you're shooting really fast, you can't move from that spot until you stop shooting. Now, what are some of these specials that you remember seeing in this trailer and even
Oh
from
my
some of
gosh.
the gameplays?
Those were some of the really cool ones.
Yeah.
Those were my favorite parts, especially those what was it? Like the missile cannons. That picture
Yeah.
is so awesome. She's like getting ready to shoot them up. Those look really cool. And then there's the rain cloud. Did you see the laser thing?
Yeah, it's called. Oh, what was it called? Something Sting.
I
Not the
didn't
bee
notice
sting.
that yesterday, and I noticed it today when I watched the trailer way later on. I had no idea. I didn't see that before.
I think it's called the Stingray, something like that. Someone can correct me in the comments.
But that looks pretty cool.
There's also one where I think the Splat Dualies had it in the gameplay, and then I think in the trailer too.
Yeah.
The special for that was like a super power punch to the ground, causing an explosion of ink around you.
The dome
like what the
burst
heck?
thing. Yeah, that was pretty. That was pretty cool. I liked that too. But again, I was thinking that's pretty strong. That's pretty
Well,
powerful.
Apparently, you can use that in the middle of you super jumping to another friend.
Oh gosh.
And they did that on the Treehouse event, or Nintendo Treehouse.
Wait, how?
And so when you were in the middle of you super jumping, if you press the special button, you jump right to where the person is, and you like punch down to the ground and make that explosion.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It's like Thor.
So like imagine you are just surrounded by enemy coming at you, and you just tell your friend like, come over here, use your special, and they just come from the sky, punching the ground and killing everyone around them.
That's like Superman, not Thor. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it just gets me excited because a lot of these things were not in the other ones.
I know. I was not
the-
expecting to see this much new content.
I know.
Of course.
And the one you had mentioned, the Stingray, I think it's called. The
Yeah.
one apparently that goes through walls and through. It's kind of like the killer whale,
Oh gosh, yeah.
but you can actually aim it this time. The killer whale, you aim it one place and then you can't move it after that. But with this one, it looks like you can obviously aim. Probably at a slow rate though.
I'm just like picturing how salty I'm gonna get after like being killed with these things. They're all so
know.
powerful. And the jetpack looks really cool too. I'm excited about that one.
Oh yeah, gosh. Oh, that was so cool. The jetpack, you get up and then you shoot these like big
bombs.
explosions.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that they didn't show what it was, and I don't know if this is a special or a different game mode, but the raining purple cloud.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Like, what the heck was that? What do you think that was?
Oh, I just assumed it was a special, but I guess it doesn't have to be. I don't know. That would make more sense if that was Rainmaker. Like they changed it to work with the title.
Actually, right when I saw that, I thought, oh, an actual Rainmaker.
I know.
But because Andres and I are actually replaying the trailer over and over again as we're discussing this, and I just saw as we were talking about it, I saw the cloud, and I don't know what that is. It's gotta be.
Maybe you just like press the button and then the clouds just move in a certain area above you. If it's a special, I don't know.
Maybe. I wonder if I wonder if it's a new special or a new type of gimmick for some of the game modes, or maybe it's a part of a map. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I don't know. I don't know.
But it's cool. Now let's go into some of the different maps we saw. We didn't see too much of the maps. I think it was more focused on the Inklings, the weapons, the sounds, and everything.
Yes.
But the primary map that we see in the trailer, and the only map I think that you could play at the event, was called the Reef, and that's the one
With the bridge?
The bridge in the middle. Yep. I think, it looks cool. I think it's a standard Splatoon. I think it fits right in with the game.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't have too much to say about that. Do you?
No, I mean, it's cool. It's nothing super special, but I'm sure they're saving the best stuff for later, as far as stages go.
Yep. And then there was, I don't know if this was the Reef. I don't think it was, but there was a stage. There was a stage it showed with a stage in it, with like a performing stage where you can get on and sing and everything. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no. Or yeah, actually, maybe I did. Yeah.
Actually, I see the Reef here. I don't see the stage there, but there was a map with a stage on both sides of the map, and so.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking at the Reef right now, and
I
don't
the trailer?
see it there. It is in the trailer. They show very short. Actually, I see it right now. They show very short clips of it, so you can't really see what's around it. I'm sure we'll see it in like Game Explains analysis.
Yeah. Oh, I see it right now. Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I wonder if they'll use that in any way. But there's that, and then we see Moray Towers.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was Moray Towers until like just now.
Oh, really?
Because I remember you saying that yesterday, but just kind of ignoring it because I was just like, what? But that's the one with like the things going on top, where that you can ride on now. I did not realize that was Moray Towers. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I guess they changed it up.
And I think that's you see the squids, the Inklings, using that to maneuver around, and then they jump off and start shooting each other. So they kind of changed it up there a little bit, and I think that'll just add to some of the gameplay.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people don't really like Moray Towers. I guess maybe will fix their dislike. I always liked it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't care too much for it, but I think I knew several people who it was one of their top faves.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's good. Let's move right into what we see with Marie and the Octolings over there. Now,
Octolings?
There were not Octolings.
Oh,
but
the actual, yeah.
What are they called? The
Octoprancies.
Are they all called Octolings, or is it just the ones that look like Inklings? I don't remember.
I don't know. Well, Octolings pre-evolution.
Right, there you go. Now, during, I think it was the Nintendo Treehouse event, one of the guys was talking about the story, and he said that the events of Splatoon 2 take place 2 years after the first one.
Interesting.
Right.
Maybe
so,
DJ Octavio raised an army?
Maybe he had a cell phone inside that Christmas globe. And he was talking to them. He said, I know where they are. I know what you need to do.
He said, I know when that hotline bling.
What kind of stuff do you think they may do with the story now that they've established their audience and they've established kind of a story from the first one? Yeah. Do you think they'll up the ante in this one? I
think they will. I hope they will, because I liked solo mode in Splatoon, but I think there's obviously a lot more they could do with it, and I think nothing stood out to me too much with story except for the shot with, is it Callie or Marie? Marie. There's a shot of Marie, and I thought it was a boy at first, but it's a very dramatic shot from behind her, like panning, and there's like wind, and I was like, okay, this is something, and I think that's hints at some kind of story mode, which I think would be really cool. I don't know what it would be about though. And also, did you notice like I don't know what this has to do with the story, but there's like a bird that goes from fat to skinny.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why they showed that.
Neither do I.
I wonder if there's some weird. Somebody said like he was just being stupid and on Facebook, but he said like that's an evil. Everyone's talking about Callie missing, and no one's talking about this evil pigeon.
I know, like what is that? It's so random.
But a lot of people were saying, like, they're speculating. There are tons of people speculating that Callie, or Callie, however you call her, is dead.
There's no way. Splatoon is too happy. I mean, maybe she's kidnapped. Maybe that's part of the story, but I highly doubt she's dead.
But yeah, they were speculating something's either wrong with Callie, or I don't know. But Marie, they put that in the trailer for some reason.
Yeah.
And I hope that it has to do, I think it has to do with the story, and I hope that the story is a lot better than it was in the first one. I like the story in the first one. I think they were trying something new, seeing where they wanted it to go, and I think now that people have said they want more for the single-player stuff, I think perhaps they have gone out of their way to make a good in-depth story. Perhaps, we'll see.
Because I would love some cutscenes and more time to spend with these actual characters instead of just text.
Yeah.
And I think doing something with Callie would be a good way to raise the stakes of the story, since we already know who she is from the first one, which I think would be really cool.
Yeah, because Callie wasn't in it at all. Like, she was nowhere to be found in the trailer.
Right.
And Marie was like, she didn't even look at the trailer. It looked like someone said,
I can't do this, guys.
Someone was like, she looks like she's at a funeral because she's wearing that black robe. And I'm thinking, oh my god,
those Triforces
she better
on the
not
bottom.
be dead. I know. When I saw that, I thought they were Triforces too. I mean, they look like Triforces. Next on our list that I wanted to talk about was the Plaza.
Yeah.
The new, I'm from what we see, I'm pretty sure this is the Plaza.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at it right here. What did you think of that?
I think it looks quite similar to the first one, but it's more of a, instead of a circle, it looks like a street, like a road that goes down. Yeah. That's my observances.
Like a
which
big
means there's
alleyway.
probably there's probably more shops and more places to go, which is cool.
Yeah, I actually wonder if you go down that street and then you can actually turn on another street.
Yeah, that would be
and
interesting.
There would be, and there would be more stores and stuff.
Yeah, because there is another truck, like a ice cream truck. It's not an ice cream truck, but it's something.
Oh yeah.
And you don't see that in the plaza here, but I'm sure that's somewhere in the main hub or whatever.
You could see Inklings sitting at tables with other Inklings.
Just grabbing coffee.
I saw, your average dancing Inkling over in one of the corners. I saw one of those I think at the end of the trailer. It shows that. In fact, at the end of the trailer, I'll try to show it in the video, but there's an Inkling. I think, from what I remember, there's an Inkling with hair, but he's just got like it looks like what would be a very, very short haircut. So he has hair on his head, but there's no tentacles coming out except like right on the back, I think. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's just like a buzzed haircut is what it looks like.
Wait, where is it? On the plaza?
It's right at the end of the trailer.
I'm there right now.
He's the only one dancing on the right. Let's take a look at this. We got what is that? Oh, we're not going to be able to read. I was trying to read whatever the orange sign on the left is. I was like, Dinkles?
Yeah.
Dude,
is that supposed to be in their language?
Obviously, I think everything's going to be written down in their language, which is undecipherable. But from what we see, okay, now I'm getting a better look at this. From what we see on the left, under the running squid, that looks like an area you can go in.
Yes.
And then on the right, with the dancing Baldy McBalderson over there, that looks like an area that you can go in. That's 2 different green arrows over there above that.
I wonder if that's a game mode.
Yeah.
Of sorts, or maybe 2 players.
It's Battle
like 2
Dojo.
locally players, yeah.
And then if you look down the street, there's not much you can see. It looks like in the back on the right, below the yellowish orange sign, it looks like another area you can go in down there.
It looks like a place you can get thawed.
Or doff.
Yeah. When you're hungry.
And that, I wonder if that's what it was, because then in the back there you can kind of see some little signs.
Yeah.
But it truly looks like right smack dab in the middle. That's where you walk in for your battles and stuff, just like from the first game. But other than that, we don't see too much about the plaza. We just see the buildings. We see the Inklings walking around. It looks cool. It looks good. Looks a little more fun-filled than the first plaza. I don't see the great Zapfish. Where's that guy?
I was just thinking that.
All right, on to the next. Let's talk DLC real quick, because they said that they're going to do DLC for free, just like they did in the first Splatoon. It'll come out, apparently, one after another. I'm guessing they'll do the exact same thing they did every week or every other week. They'll release new maps and weapons. What do you think about that?
Not much. Not much yet. I'm happy with what we're getting, so I haven't really thought about DLC too much.
I know. And the thing that's kind of cool is you look at the first Splatoon and you see so many different types of weapons.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, first of all, you got the classes, like the buckets, the splatlings, the chargers, the shooters, the blasters, and all that. We've only seen a splatter shot, a splat charger, the roller, the splat dualies, and potentially a splatling. That's 5 different weapons.
Right.
We're still missing like blasters, buckets, and then the different variations of other weapons, but and then possibly even newer types of classes. So we'll see.
Gosh. So actually, you know what would be cool for DLC? This isn't for weapons, but for maps, just as DLC, not part of the main game or anything. But if they have like other Nintendo game themed levels, like a Mario themed level or a Zelda themed level, that would be really cool because now they've got Inklingtopia in Mario Kart and like all these.
So excited.
Other Nintendo characters in Mario Kart. Why not bring other characters to Splatoon just for some kicks and giggles?
Yeah, I don't. Obviously, we don't want a huge crossover, but to get
no, not the characters, just the themed maps. I think would be cool.
Yeah, I agree. That would be something really cool to see, and maybe we'll get some sort of DLC with that. I'm happy, to say it simply. I'm happy to have downloadable DLC like we got with Splatoon. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Some people didn't like that. They just wanted the whole package at once. But personally, I enjoyed the way they did it, and I'm glad they're bringing that back.
I did too. I like that, and for Super Smash Bros. Too, and Mario Kart, because it keeps you excited, and it keeps the game feeling new and feeling fresh, as an Inkling might say.
Stay fresh!
Yeah.
And maybe we'll even get some... I mean, we'll see what type of game modes we get. They haven't said anything about the game modes, and now I haven't even really thought about that till now.
I know.
I can't imagine what type of game modes we'll get. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about that. I love the game modes, the different game modes.
I'm sure they'll bring all the originals back.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They
definitely will.
Now, wrapping this discussion up, we're going to talk about the online payment and the release date. Now, I think when the Switch comes out in March 3rd, we're going to have free online capability until the fall time. Until fall.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty good amount of time. Mm-hmm. I think if it is really better and it's as smooth and as fast as Xbox and PlayStation can be, then I don't mind that we have to pay for it. I think it's fair. As long as it doesn't suck as much as the Nintendo Wii U internet does, because that would be so not worth it, and that would be really frustrating. I just hope it's not too expensive.
Right. No, I completely agree. If they're making us pay for internet, I sure hope that the online capability for Splatoon and Super Smash Bros. Is tons better than the Wii U.
Yeah.
I freaking love Smash Brothers. I hate playing online some of the time. Especially when I'm trying to get really competitive. Online just kills me. But Splatoon will be coming out in the summer. I'm assuming that it's probably going to come out in May. I wonder if they're going to try to do a Splatoon May type deal, just like, Call of Duty comes out in November.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And the same with Pokemon, comes out usually around November. But I was listening to Game Explain, and one of them said that Splatoon is a very good summer game, and I think I would agree with them.
That's true.
There's a very summer-esque feeling of Splatoon, and I think that's a good time to release it. Especially May, because May's like early summer.
Yeah.
I was hoping that it was going to be launch. Obviously, I mean, don't we wish every game was at launch?
Yeah.
But that would cause a huge mess with money and like, how am I gonna play all these games at once?
I know, it'd be overwhelming. I'm glad it's paced out.
So, but I thought it was gonna be launch because I started to assume that it was just an enhanced port of Splatoon. But now that we have Splatoon 2, I'm so freaking psyched. If they want to wait till summer, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, once the Switch comes out, we'll have Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Right.
We'll have tons of stuff to do with that, and we'll have all the other new games that we can kind of play with.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, do you have any final thoughts on the game? Like, any concluding thoughts of Splatoon 2? What we've seen here to yesterday? To yesterday?
Nope. Just that I need to buy new underwear. All in all, yes, I am super, very, extremely, really, very much excited. I think there's so much to look forward to. Nintendo has exceeded my expectations, not just with this game, but with everything they showed yesterday. And I don't think I've been this excited for this much Nintendo content in a really long time. And Splatoon 2 is a huge part of that.
Right. And I know not 100% of people agree with us because I've seen comments, you know, the Nintendo Universe Facebook page has been half positive and half cancer. But honestly, guys, like, it's a new console. It from what I've seen, and a lot of people were crapping on the new games like 1-2 Switch and ARMS. Yeah. Those games are just are doing what they need to do. It's a new console. It plays games. Yeah. It has new, unique features, and they're trying to use those features with games like 1-2 Switch and ARMS, but those aren't the only games coming out for the Switch. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Like, that's your preference. Go play the games you like, but don't ruin it for other people. There are people out there like myself and Andres who are legitimately excited about Splatoon, for example, because this is what the discussion is about, and all the other ones, for good reasons. I think when it comes to Splatoon, like Andres said, they completely exceeded, personally, my expectations for this game. I think they did, from what I see, we haven't played it yet, obviously, but they did a great job. I think this is going to be a great game. I don't think I'll ever play the first one again. I hope that's the case. I hope Sadly. It's that good. And that's, you know, Nintendo, I think they're trying to step out, and I think they're stepping out on a more solid ground than they were before. And there are people out there who disagree. That's fine. But these are our opinions. These are what we think. And I think we're, you know, if I had to say, I think we're going off some good information here. And I think there are a lot of those out there who would agree. But really, you won't be able to tell until we see how 2017 plays out. And I'm pretty freaking excited for Nintendo this year.
Ditto that.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please leave us a like. And if you aren't subscribed to Erickson Gaming already, subscribe for Erickson Gaming. We will be discussing the rest of the things we have seen. Not all of it, but the main points that we were interested in for the Switch trailer. And we will have more on the Switch. Hopefully we can get it as soon as possible when it comes out. And we will be playing games. We will be talking about them. We will have more Smash stuff in the future because you guys like that Smash content and we like Smash Brothers. We'll have more Splatoon. We'll be streaming on YouTube shortly. We would love to see you guys hang out with us and just kind of join us in our discussions and all that. So if you like what you see, subscribe. We'd love to have you. Other than that, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next videos. Goodbye.